Alright, so I can get my video uploaded from the GoPro to the computer, but not from my phone to the computer. And then even on the computer, everything's acting weird. But either way, so I'm just going to do this little quick thing here because I have a whole lot of really good footage on my phone, but I can't get it onto my computer to edit, to get it uploaded. So, little recap. Everything I show you from the back of my head looks really good on my phone, but okay. Alright, y'all. Bubba here again today. Like I said in my last video, I've had a lot of problems with my computer and all that, and trying to figure out this GoPro thing, and I'm trying a lot of different stuff, so y'all bear with me. But my new modem's in. My little brother's gonna come hopefully hook that up, hopefully fix that problem. And he also told me the computer's ready. It's a new to me computer. And he redid everything, blah blah blah, whatever. He's supposed to come last night, but he didn't. He's coming tonight is what he said. But so I'm gonna go ahead and try to record this video and get it uploaded on time. My Wednesday video got uploaded on Thursday because I was still having problems. So hopefully we'll get this video loaded on Friday, and maybe it'll be looking good. I don't know. But all right, what we're gonna start with today, we're gonna be talking about horns and antlers and stuff like that. What I got here is I got a set of bison horn, and I'm not even sure what this one is, but I really like it. And I'm gonna post a picture somewhere around here of what it looked like before I went to town on it. But that's what we're working with so far. See if this other camera's working. I don't know. I don't even know if there's enough light either. But when I got these, I think I got them from Chris Gustafson from Michigan Wildfire. I'm not 100% sure. I've had them for so long, and I put them somewhere and forgot I had them, and I was cleaning up the other day and found them, so I started working on them. These things, after a long time, they'll get all scaly and nasty looking, and that's just not pretty. And somebody told me you could put epoxy on it, sand it a little bit, just leave that texture and color. But that's not what I wanted to do. So this is kind of a before, and this is in the process of being after. Y'all see how much better it looks? Y'all see that? Alright, what I did is, I'm not going to put all this on camera. When it was rough and ugly like this, I started with my angle grinder with some sanding discs, because that is a whole lot of stuff to do by hand. And I took my angle grinder down to this thing, and I just sanded and sanded and sanded until it got pretty smooth. Now I'll go ahead and tell you, these things are a lot thicker in some places than you would think, and pretty thin in some places. But as nasty as these were, I had to take them down a whole lot. I wish I would have got them fresh off the animal, so I wouldn't have to sand them as much, and I just worked my way, I worked my way down on the grits. Once I got it to where I figured I could do it by hand, I come in the house, started with, I want to say it was 300 or something like that, 600, and I'm working my way down to this fine right here. What was this one? Can't even tell. I think this was, 380. I was doing the 380, and I'm going to work my way down to this one's 700. This one says 400, but that ain't right. I don't know. It says P400, but it's a lot smoother. I don't know. Well, we'll see. But when you're making these things into drinking horns, this is a little bit of a cool thing I did some research on. They actually, the drinking horn companies where you buy them from, they actually take a piece of wood, something similar to this, just old piece of wood, and if I'm not mistaken, you don't want it real hard, but you don't want it real soft, and they stick it in a lathe, and they taper the wood, kind of like this one's tapered here, from big to small, and they put the bottom big taper the size of the inside diameter, and then they take the small taper and they make it whatever you want to cut it at to make it a cup. And then they actually heat these things up in some oil. They don't fry it. You want to be careful when you heat it up so that you don't fry it, but you get it good and hot, and then they drive the wedge down through it and then actually straighten it up a little bit. And that's how when you trim this, it'll bend over and actually make a handle. I thought that was really cool. I saw a couple videos where they were holding it down in the fry, in the grease, and they would get this thing hot and they would bend it a little bit to make it more decorative. So I might try that with this one. I might try cutting it right here, removing this front section, and then bend this down to a cup handle. And I'm going to cut it right across here so that it's level, and I'm going to put a piece of wood down in there and seal it up, and then seal the whole thing with some beeswax and try to make a good drinking mug out of this. And this one I'm going to leave like that because it is just cool looking. Can y'all see that thing? I don't know, I think y'all can see that. That is just beautiful. The browns and the blacks and the whites and the yellows. It is just beautiful. I'm going to leave that one just like it is. I'm going to work it down on the sandpaper and just go to town with that one until it's all done. And then I'm going to take it outside to my power buffer, to my buffing wheel. And I'm going to buff this whole thing up real good and pretty. And then I'm going to take some bold linseed oil and buff it with bold linseed oil. And that's the finish and the shine that I'm going to leave it at. And hopefully I'll be able to show you all that in a little bit. But I'm not going to bore you to death with this video by making you watch me do all the whole process. So basically, you start with rough and nasty, you get coarse grit sandpaper, and you work your way down. If it's this bad off, get you an angle grinder and put some sandpaper on it, because it's going to be some work. Doing that by hand all the way down to this is some chore. I tried it. I went with the angle grinder. Oh, and when you're sanding it by hand, this has a grain top to bottom. Well, on the head it'd be inside to out, but top to bottom's a grain. Try to sand with the grain. It makes it look better. You'll get rid of these scratches, and all in all, it'll be a prettier product when you're done, especially when you buff it up with that bold linseed oil. If they have a hole in them, you can put a little bit of epoxy in the hole and seal the hole up, or you can try to seal it with beeswax, because when all this is done, I'm going to put beeswax, melted beeswax in here, dump it out. Pour it, turn it a little bit, fill it up with beeswax down there, dump it out, just to coat the whole inside of this. Protect you, add a little bit of good flavor to your beverage. These are for drinking cold beverages if that's what you want to do with them. Do not put hot beverages in these. Put cold beverages like, you know, ice water or beer or mead. So that's basically all we're doing today. And I'm probably going to have to stop and start this video a couple hundred times, because I'm sure you don't want to see me do all this sanding. You probably don't want to hear it. That's all I'm doing today, is I'm sanding this one down to its final sand and this one to its final sand. And then I'm going to cut this one, and then I'm going to buff this one. So I'll let y'all see what we can see, but that's just where we're at, and that's what we're doing. And not 100% sure what else y'all need to know about that. It's pretty easy just to clean these things up. Some of them are really, really thick in some areas, so you can take off a lot of meat. But all right, y'all stick with me. Oh, I've also been told and read that you shouldn't inhale this dust, so you should probably use a respirator or something. When I was doing it with the dot cut, with the angle grinder, I used a respirator. By hand, I'm probably not gonna, and I'm just gonna keep all my ashes right here, my dust right here, and clean it with a wet towel in a little bit. So remember that if you're making a whole lot of dust, do this outside, use a respirator. Don't do like I do like I say. You can see the thickness of this, how grody this is. I don't know if that'll focus, but you can see how nasty that is. And then it turns out to be in that dark, shiny, pretty stuff. Alright, where I'm at now is I've got everything cleaned up. I took it to the buffing wheel, got them all polished up and looking real good. And now I got them sitting with boiling hot water here. There's really hot water to help with everything. They say it helps with the smell on the inside, but these ones really don't smell that bad at all. But I'm going to do it anyways to help it clean up before I get my double boiler here together and put some beeswax in it. I was thinking about doing some decorative stuff on this real pretty one, on this one right here, but I ain't quite sure. Might just maybe even put a piece of leather around it, don't know. But I am, on another video, going to show you how I cut this black one down and turned it into a mug, and how I heat it up with grease and use it to bend it and all that, and then put a plug in the bottom, and how I'm going to seal all that up. So that'll be on a completely different video. But this video is long enough and it's been a pain in the neck enough. I'm about to go to my mama's house and get some grub on, and then tonight at my brother's house we're going to have his little birthday party. So do me a favor, y'all like it, subscribe, share it around to your buddies. Thank y'all very much. God bless. And it's a day late and maybe $1 short, but I hope y'all still get to see it, and I hope you like it. Alright y'all, take care now.